Hey there, CrossFit Deliverance athletes. Welcome to another Be Relentless vlog. Let's go ahead. Let's talk about items that are happening inside the gym, outside the gym, inside the gym. Not too many things happening, guys, this week. Remember, the Kroga session is canceled, so don't expect that on Thursday night at 7:30. There is no Frosty Friday. But of course, if you want to look at items that are happening outside the gym this month, go ahead and look on the Facebook page. Look on the Mariners game that we're all going to be going to. At least Coach Ariel is heading out. Right? That should be fun. With that, guys, let's dive directly into the programming. We're going to be talking about just the basic WOD for competitive and fit for life athletes. Guys, the intention of this workout is to go out and work in the vertical plane. So AKA, we're going to be working on pulling heavy and then pressing down in the vertical plane through ring dips. If you have ring dips, you need to go ahead, and if you know you can't do 60 in one session of a WOD, that's going to be time clap closer to 15 minutes and your goal time should be 10. Your goal should be to scale the reps rather than scaling the movement. And then, of course, prioritizing the load, though. We're prioritizing the load in the deadlift today. It's been a little while since we've lifted this heavy, but we're going to give you plenty of time to go to warm up into it. Make sure you're organized through posterior chain and the midline to make sure we're pulling in a strong manner. Right? For you competitive athletes, same exact thing, but your goal is to go ahead, and we want to go ahead and see where you're at, is to prioritize load. Most of you, this should not be a weight that should be bolted to the ground, but I want you guys to go ahead and pick a strategy that you can have the largest sets that you can. Right, I want to see where your guys' muscular endurance is in terms of dips. Right, that's all I'm going to say about the WOD. For Fit for Life athletes, you're going to be doing an EMOM based off of power push jerk, right, and push press. I want you guys to be really conscious about feeling on the push press. You are pressing the bar up with your arms, and on the push jerk, the power jerk, synonymous, is going to go ahead and be pushing yourself down with your arms. Feel that and the difference between the two movements rather than just using your legs, hoping that something happens and then the thing happens, right? Be conscious about that. With that, right, you've got some accessory work for hip extension and strict pull-ups. Attack that, right? Now, let's talk about the competitive athletes in terms of your skill WOD. You're going to have a yoke carry. The weight listed on the yokes is what addition to what the yoke weighs. So that is out of the way. Now, your goal is to try to be as organized as possible during the yoke to see what happens during the yoke and how it flows over into the handstand walk, right? So it's more of the question is, can you all be under pressure, high amount of abdominal pressure, can be your midline, everything on during the yoke carry, and then directly going to handstand walk, dealing with the same amount of organizational needs, right? But not under load, but in terms of it just being that much more of a technical movement, and you can still stay organized, guys, right? If you start blowing out in your low back, or you start cramping in certain locations, try to take note of that. Let's talk about that and see if there's a movement pattern issue that we need to go ahead and fix on terms of what's firing, what's not firing, because there really should be a relatively really safe, good auto-correcting movement. So guys, I'm going to leave it at that. Have fun. If you feel like the handstand walk and the organization isn't an issue, then you should be looking at doing the RS Plus version, which is 50 feet handstand walk, guys, rather than 25. Guys, remember, be relentless in everything that you do, and we'll see you on the flip side.